White smoke, the toll of ancient bells. A million eyes rise to the balcony of St. Peter's, and in that sacred moment, a name is spoken that will echo across history, the next pope. But before that name is revealed, a question burns in every faithful heart. Who will lead the Catholic Church next? In this video, we explore 10 cardinals, holy contenders from every corner of the globe. Some are reformers, others guardians of tradition. All are men who could inherit the throne of St. Peter. This is Top 10 Titan, and these are the top 10 most likely future popes. We begin with the quiet strategist from Malta, Cardinal Mario Gretch. As the Secretary General of the Synod of Bishops, he's not a loud voice, but an essential one. He's orchestrating Pope Francis's boldest project, the Synod on Synodality, a push to make the Church more inclusive, dialogical, and communal. Once a conservative bishop, Gretch has shifted toward pastoral progressivism. He supports greater lay participation, discussions on women in the Church, and a more open conversation on marginalized groups. He's a bridge between the old and the new, not flashy, not famous, but deeply trusted. If the cardinals want a humble organizer, a man of dialogue, and a symbol of continuity with Francis' reforms, Gretch may quietly ascend from the back rows of the Sistine Chapel to its central seat. From Germany, the heartland of theological debate, rises a heavyweight, Cardinal Reinhard Marx. For years, he led Germany's bishops and advised Pope Francis on church economics, but he's most known for shaking things up. Marx is an advocate for serious reform. He's called for re-examining celibacy, rethinking sexual morality, and giving women greater authority. In 2021, he offered to resign in a dramatic statement about the Church's failures on abuse, but Francis refused to accept it, calling him a brave and faithful servant. Marx represents the cutting edge of European Catholic thought. To some, he's a prophet of reform. To others, he's a divisive figure. But if the conclave wants a bold theologian who won't be afraid to ruffle Vatican lace, Marx is on the table. His name might sound like a character from a novel, but Cardinal Pierre Batista Pisabala is a real-life peacemaker in one of the world's most sacred and most dangerous places, Jerusalem. As the Latin Patriarch of Jerusalem, he leads Christians in the Holy Land, balancing interfaith tensions and guiding the flock through conflict. In 2023, when war erupted, Pisabala made global headlines by offering himself as a hostage to secure the release of children held by militants. That act wasn't just diplomacy, it was pure pastoral bravery. He later negotiated humanitarian access for civilians, showing the kind of moral leadership that transcends doctrine. While younger and newer to the College of Cardinals, Pisabala embodies the Church's frontline mission: peace, presence, and sacrifice. If the conclave wants a global shepherd from the lands where Jesus walked, his star is rising. Next is a cardinal who blends American practicality with Latin American soul, Cardinal Robert Francis Pvost. Born in Chicago, he spent decades serving in Peru, first as a missionary, then as bishop. Today, he holds one of the most powerful jobs in the Church, prefect of the dicastery for bishops. That means Pvost is now the man who recommends bishops to the Pope, essentially shaping the future leadership of Catholicism across continents. He was personally chosen by Pope Francis for this role, and his decisions have reflected a pastoral, community-focused style. What makes Pvost stand out is his combination of experience in the Global South and administrative expertise. He's not controversial, but he's consistent. Not a headline maker, but a heavy hitter. If the conclave wants continuity, competence, and someone who truly knows the world's bishops, Pvost might be their pick. From Guinea, Africa comes a figure revered for his spiritual depth and unshakable convictions, Cardinal Robert Sarah. He speaks little, but when he does, the Church listens. Sarah served as the Vatican's head of liturgy and was a close collaborator of Pope Benedict XVI. He is a defender of tradition, a voice for silence, simplicity, and sacredness. His books are read like scripture by conservative Catholics worldwide, yet Sarah is no mere reactionary. He has condemned poverty, warned against political corruption, and upheld the dignity of all life. including speaking out against homophobia in Africa. At 79, he may be seen as a transitional pope, but for those who want a reset, a return to theological precision and reverent liturgy, Sarah could bring a Benedict-style renaissance to Rome. Now we meet one of the most beloved figures in the global church, Cardinal Peter Turkson of Ghana. For over a decade, Turkson has been a voice of conscience on the Vatican stage, championing climate action, economic justice, and global peace. He led the Dicastery for Integral Human Development, putting Catholic social teaching into action. He's spoken boldly about protecting the environment, eradicating poverty, and ensuring human dignity. While Turkson holds progressive views on social issues, he remains doctrinally sound. He has defended church teachings while advocating for compassionate outreach. If chosen, Turkson would be the first Black pope in modern history, a powerful symbol for a church expanding in the global South. He is pastoral, principled, and profoundly respected. A pope not just of Rome, but of the world. From Hungary, Cardinal Peter Erdo enters the ring as one of the most intellectual and orthodox Papabile. As Archbishop of Budapest and a world-renowned canon lawyer, Erdo is respected even by those who disagree with him. He has twice served as head of European bishops and was a key voice during the synods on the family. Erdo is calm, calculated, and deeply committed to upholding traditional Catholic teachings. He aligns more with St. John Paul II and Benedict XVI than with Francis, offering a steady, disciplined vision. In a conclave split between progressives and conservatives, Erdo could emerge as the compromise, respected, doctrinally strong, and a European voice in a changing church. Cardinal Matio Zuppi may be the most Francis-like of all candidates, a smiling Italian street priest turned global diplomat. As president of the Italian Bishops' Conference, he's been Pope Francis's point man for church unity and peace efforts, including negotiations during the Ukraine conflict. Zuppi's roots in the Sant'Egidio community, known for peacemaking and service to the poor, show his commitment to active mercy. He's been called the Italian Francis for a reason. He supports pastoral outreach to same-sex couples, the marginalized, and those hurt by institutional rigidity. Yet he also defends unity and tradition, a true centrist in spirit, with the heart of a reformer and the discipline of a shepherd. If cardinals want a young, energetic pontiff who can carry Francis' torch with a fresh Italian voice, Zuppi may ride his bike right into the Vatican. Luis Antonio Tagle, the Asian Francis, formerly Archbishop of Manila, now head of the Vatican's Dicastery for Evangelization, Tagle is one of the most visible and emotionally resonant cardinals in the world. He weeps during homilies, he laughs with the poor, he electrifies audiences with his spiritual sincerity. Tagle would be the first Asian pope, a huge milestone for a church increasingly centered in Asia and the global South. He embodies Catholicism's compassionate wing, pastoral, hopeful, radically present. He's been outspoken about the need for mercy toward LGBT people, divorced couples, and the impoverished. But recent internal politics reduced his administrative role, suggesting not all in the Vatican favor his rise. Still, if charisma, humility, and spiritual magnetism matter, Tagle is already the people's pope. And at number 1, the Vatican's own Secretary of State, Cardinal Pietro Parolin. This man already runs the Church's global diplomacy and acts as France's chief strategist. He negotiated historic deals with China, handled crises in Venezuela, and helped reform the Vatican's financial mess. He is calm under pressure, fluent in diplomacy, and already knows what it means to lead behind the scenes. Parolin represents stability, not the fire of reform or the chill of tradition, but the center, the steady hand. If the conclave seeks competence, experience, and continuation without revolution, Pietro Parolin may soon step out onto the balcony and say, "Habemus Papa." 10 men, 10 paths, 1 destiny. The next pope may not change the church overnight, but he will shape the way it prays, hopes, and believes for years to come. Who do you think it should be? Comment below, And if you found this journey eye-opening, subscribe for more global wisdom. Right here on Top 10 Titan.